Hello and welcome back to our Chronological Bible in a Year reading plan. Today is day 219 and we are starting the book of Jeremiah, reading chapters 1 through 3. And as you know, whenever we start a new book, we read the English name of said book, and then the Hebrew name of the book, and then the translation of that literal Hebrew word. So, Jeremiah is translated into Yirmiyahu, which literally means exaltation of Yah. And let me flip on over and we will get going. That's probably where my bookmark is. Yep, sure is. Okay. The book of Jeremiah, or Yirmiyahu, chapters 1 through 3. Chapter 1. The words of Yirmiyahu, the son of Hilkiyahu, of the Kohanim, which means the priests, who were in Anathoth in the land of Benjamin, to whom the word of Yahuwah came in the days of Yoshayahu, son of Ammon, sovereign of Yehuda, in the 13th year of his reign. Wow, big yawn, And it came in the days of Jehoiakim, son of Yoshayahu, sovereign of Yehuda, until the end of the 11th year of Zidkiyahu, son of Yoshayahu, sovereign of Yehuda, until the exile of Jerusalem in the 5th month. Now the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, and before you came out of the womb, I kadosh you, which means set you apart. I appointed you a Nabi to nations, and Nabi means prophet. And I said, Adonai, Yahuwah, which Adonai means my master. See, I do not know how to speak, for I am a youth. And Yahuwah said to me, Do not say, I am a youth, but go to all to whom I send you, and speak whatever I command you. Do not fear their faces, for I am with you to deliver you, declares Yahuwah. Then Yahuwah put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And Yahuwah said to me, See, I have put my words in your mouth. See, I have this day appointed you over the nations and over the reigns, to root out and to pull down, to destroy and to overthrow, to build and to plant. And the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, What do you see, Yirmiyahu? And I said, I see a branch of an almond tree. And Yahuwah said to me, You have seen well, for I am watching over my word to do it. And the word of Yahuwah came to me a second time, saying, What do you see? And I said, I see a boiling pot, and it is facing from the north. And Yahuwah said to me, Out of the north evil is let loose on all the inhabitants of the land. For look, I am calling all the clans of the reigns of the north, declares Yahuwah. And they shall come, and each one put his throne at the entrance of the gates of Jerusalem, against all its walls all around, and against all the cities of Yehuda. And I shall pronounce my judgments against them concerning all their evil, because they have forsaken me, burned incense to other mighty ones, and bowed themselves to the works of their own hands. Now gird up your loins, and arise, and speak to them all that I command you. Do not break down before their faces, lest I break you before them. For look, I have made you this day a walled city and an iron column, and bronze walls against all the land, against the sovereigns of Yehuda, against her heads, against her Kohanim, and against the people of the land. And they shall fight against you, but not prevail against you, for I am with you, declares Yahuwah, to deliver you. Chapter 2. And the word of Yahuwah came to me, saying, Go, and you shall cry in the hearing of Jerusalem, saying, Thus said Yahuwah, I remember you, the kindness of your youth, the love of your bridehood, when you went after me in the wilderness, in a land that was not sown. Yisrael was Kadesh to Yahuwah, which means holy or sanctified or set apart, the firstfruits of his increase. All who ate of it became guilty. Evil came upon them, declares Yahuwah. Hear the word of Yahuwah, O house of Jacob, and all the clans of the house of Israel. Thus said Yahuwah, What unrighteousness have your fathers found in me, that they have gone far from me, and went after worthlessness, and became worthless? And did not they say, Where is Yahuwah, and who brought us up out of the land of Mitzrayim, which is Egypt, who led us to the wilderness through a land of deserts and pits, through a land of drought and the shadow of death, a land that no one passed through and where no one dwelt. Then I brought you into a garden land to eat its fruit and its goodness. But when you entered, you defiled my land and made my inheritance an abomination. The Kohanim did not say, 'Where is Yahuwah?' And those who handle the Torah did not know me. And the shepherds transgressed against me. And the Nebaim, again the prophets, prophesied by Baal and walked after no value. Therefore I still contend with you, declares Yahuwah, and with your children's children I contend. For pass beyond the isles of Kittim and see, and send to Kedar and observe well, and see if there has been any like this. Has a nation changed its mighty ones, which are not mighty ones? But my people have changed my esteem for that which does not profit. Be amazed, O Shamayim, at this, and be frightened. Be utterly dried up, declares Yahuwah. For my people have done two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, to hew out for themselves cisterns, cracked cisterns, which do not hold water. Is Yisrael a servant? Was he born in the house? Why is he given to plunder? The young lions roared at him. They growled and made his land waste. His cities have been burned without inhabitant. Even the sons of Noph and of Taphanes have shaven the crown of your head. Have you not done this to yourself by forsaking Yahuwah your Elohim when he led you in the way? And now why take the way to Mitzrayim, again Egypt, to drink the waters of Shihor? Or why take the way to Ashur to drink the waters of the river? Your own evil instructs you, and your backslidings reprove you. Know therefore and see that it is evil and bitter that you have forsaken Yahuwah your Elohim, and that my reverence is not in you, declares the Adon Yahuwah of hosts. For of old you have broken your yoke and tore off your bonds, and you said, I am not serving, when on every high hill and under every green tree you lay down a whore. Yet I have planted you a choice vine, all of it a true seed. How then have you turned before me into the degenerate plant of a strange vine? Although you wash yourself with lye and use much soap, yet your wickedness is ingrained before me, declares the Adon Yahuwah. How do you say, I am not defiled, I have not gone after the Baals? See your way in the valley, know what you have done. A swift dromedary breaking loose in her ways, a wild donkey used to the wilderness, sniffing the wind and the desire of her being, in her time of mating, who turns her away? All those who seek her need not weary themselves, in her month they find her. Keep her foot from being bare, and her throat from thirst. But you said, it is useless, because I love strangers, and after them I go. As a thief is ashamed when he is found out, so is the house of Israel ashamed, they and their sovereigns and their heads, and their Kohanim and their Nebaim, saying to a tree, you are my father, and to a stone, you gave birth to me. For they have not turned their back to me, for they have turned their back to me and not their face. But in the time of their calamity they say, arise and save us. But where are your mighty ones that you have made for yourselves? Let them arise, if they save you in the time of your calamity, because your mighty ones have become as many as your cities, O Yehudah. Why do you complain to me? You all have transgressed against me, declares Yahuwah. In vain have I smitten your children. They received no instruction. Your sword has devoured your Nebaim like a destroying lion. O generation, see the word of Yahuwah. Have I been a wilderness to Israel, or a land of darkness? Why do my people say, we have broken loose, we come to you no more? Would a maiden forget her ornaments, or a bride her headband? Yet my people have forgotten me, days without number. Why do you embellish your way to seek love? Therefore you have even taught the evil women your ways. Even on your skirts is found the blood of the lives of the poor innocents. You did not find them breaking in, but in spite of all these you say, because I am innocent, certainly his displeasure shall turn from me. See, I shall bring judgment on you, because you say, I have not sinned. Why do you go about so much to change your way? Even of Mitzrayim you are to be ashamed, as you were ashamed of Ashur. Even from this one you shall go forth with your hands on your head. For Yahuwah has rejected those you trust, and you shall not prosper by them. Chapter 3. saying, if a man puts away his wife, and she goes from him and becomes another man's, does he return to her again? Would not that land be made greatly unclean? But you have committed whoring with many lovers, and would you return to me? Declares Yahuwah. Lift up your eyes to the bare heights and see, where have you not lain with men? Beside the ways you have sat for them like an Arabian in the wilderness. And you made the land unclean with your whorings and your evil. Therefore the showers have been withheld, and there has been no latter rain. You have had a whore's forehead. You refuse to be ashamed. Shall you not from now on cry to me, my Father, you are the guide from my youth. The guide of my youth. Does one bear a grudge forever? Does one keep it to the end? See, you have spoken and done the evils that you could. And Yahuwah said to me in the days of Yoshayahu the sovereign, have you seen what backsliding Israel has done? She has gone up on every high mountain and under every green tree, and there committed whoring. And after she had done all these, I said, return to me. But she did not return. And her treacherous sister Yehuda saw it. And I saw that for all the causes for which backsliding Israel had committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a certificate of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Yehuda did not reverence, but went and committed whoring too. And it came to be through her frivolous whoring that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and wood. And yet for all this her treacherous sister Yehuda has not turned to me with all her heart, but falsely, declares Yahuwah. And Yahuwah said to me, backsliding Israel has shown herself more righteous than treacherous Yehuda. Go and proclaim these words toward the north, and say, return, O backsliding Israel, declares Yahuwah. I shall not look on you in displeasure, for I am kind, declares Yahuwah, and I do not bear a grudge forever. Only acknowledge your wickedness, because you have transgressed against Yahuwah your Elohim, and have scattered your ways to strangers under every green tree, and you have not obeyed my voice, declares Yahuwah. Return, O backsliding children, declares Yahuwah. For I shall rule over you, and shall take you, one from a city, and two from a clan, and shall bring you to Zion. And I shall give you shepherds according to my heart, and they shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. And it shall be when you have increased, and shall bear fruit in the land in those days, declares Yahuwah, that they no longer say, the ark of the covenant of Yahuwah. Neither would it come to heart, nor would they remember it, nor would they visit it, nor would it be made again. At that time Jerusalem shall be called the throne of Yahuwah, and all the nations shall be gathered to it, to the name of Yahuwah, to Jerusalem, and no longer walk after the stubbornness of their evil heart. In those days the house of Yehuda shall go to the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north to the land that I have given as an inheritance to your fathers. But I said, how would I put you among the children and give you a pleasant land, a splendid inheritance of the hosts of nations? And I said, call me, my father, and do not turn away from me. But indeed, as a wife betrays her husband, so have you betrayed me, O house of Israel, declares Yahuwah. A voice was heard on the bare heights, weeping supplications of the children of Israel, because they have perverted their way. They have forgotten Yahuwah their Elohim. Return, O backsliding children, I shall make your backsliding cease. See, we have come to you, for you are Yahuwah our Elohim. Truly, delusion comes from the high hills, the noisy throng on the mountains. Truly, in Yahuwah our Elohim is the deliverance of Israel. For shame has devoured the labor of our fathers from our youth, their flocks and their herds, their sons and their daughters. We shall lie down in our shame, while our reproach covers us. For we have sinned against Yahuwah our Elohim. Excuse me. We and our fathers from our youth even to this day, and have not obeyed the voice of Yahuwah our Elohim. Obedience, obedience, obedience. And that concludes our reading for today. As always, thank you for joining, and I hope you're reading along, and most importantly, I encourage you to read for yourself. And peace and blessings and love to you. See you in the next one.